An evening with Christine and Hammond, the author of The Devouring Grey, and Sarah Maria Griffin.
It's Friday, so I'm going to start off a weekend vlog. I really want to get used to vlogging. I enjoy watching vlogs so much, so I really wanted to have a go at it, but for me I think a weekend vlog is going to be the best idea. So this is my first weekend vlog, and luckily it's quite a bookish weekend. It was our anniversary yesterday, so Wayne and I went out for dinner. I bought him some new PJs and some bath products, so he's going to be trying out some new Lush things this weekend so that he can enjoy getting cozy and relaxing. And he brought me the next five books in the Spellslinger series by Sebastian de Castell, which I get to pick up at some point this week, so I'm really excited about it. Some of them are pre-orders because Crownbreaker isn't out yet, but you know, so excited. The whole point of this weekend is for me to really relax because my holiday is over next week, and to get some more reading done before I have to be in work mode. And for Wayne, it's because he's going to try and read the whole of City of Brass. S.A. Chakraborty is going to be visiting on the 21st of August, and we're going to go to the event, and I am so excited. I cannot wait to hear her speak about the world that she's created and the books, because I just really love City of Brass and Kingdom of Copper so much. And I've been desperate to get Wayne to read them, so now that she's coming to the event, he's going to make it his priority to try and get at least City of Brass read, maybe both of them. So this weekend he's aiming for City of Brass. Now on the plus side, he's had a half day at work, so he's already home. He's up getting a shower and trying out one of his new Lush products, and then he's going to come down and start with City of Brass. We've got some nice snacks, so he's got some chocolate that I got him for our anniversary from Hotel Chocolate. So we've got the vanilla chocolate bar there, which is like a white chocolate with vanilla in it, and it's delicious. And he's got the milk chocolate and caramel bar from Hotel Chocolate, which is fantastic. I've got some really traditional like penny sweet type sweets from the corner store because you know I need a sugar injection. And I've also got an extra special treat that Lush put in there just for free, a nice treat because it was our anniversary and they knew I was buying anniversary gifts. So I've got a bath bomb to try out at some point this weekend, which I can't wait, and I'll show you what it is if I manage to get it to have a go. So my reading plan so far, I finished The Last Wish last night, and I'm currently listening to Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson on Scribd, but I need to pick a new physical book. I don't know what I want to read. So I do have Sword of Destiny that I can go on to. I'm not entirely certain if I want to go straight on to the next one in the series though. It's really high fantasy, it's a lot to take in, but that is another collection of short stories, so I could just read one or two. I also need to try and complete Malamander, and I'm actually really looking forward to this, but I can really burn out if I'm reading the same genre so often, and I don't want to not enjoy something that I think I'll love just because I've read Spellslinger so close to it. And I can't remember what I read last month, but I read another book that was wonderful last month. That was another middle grade book, and so I'm in two minds about reading that. And I've also got A Good Girl's Guide to Murder because sometimes I just really like a fast pace read where it's a bit of a mystery where you've got to figure something out. I've got 48 by James Herbert because I've been really fancying horror, but ever since I started fancying it I haven't managed to read another one. So I might start that this weekend because Wayne's up with me. At least if it scares me, I've got someone there. Or I've got Daisy Jones and the Six. I don't have the audiobook to accompany this, and everyone says that that's the best way to read it, but I think I'll be okay. If I'm not like loving it when I'm trying it, then I'll wait until I can get my hands on the audiobook. So at the moment I don't actually know what I'm reading. I know, as I said, Wayne is planning on reading City of Brass, so I don't know, but I'll let you know by the next update what I've actually managed to pick up and sit down with. Tomorrow is the Basically Brit readathon, and I've had some plans cancelled, so I'm going to be able to join in with that all day. And it's also the magical all-nighter for the newts, and this is really the last time I've got an excuse to stay up all night before I'm back into term time, when I can't do that and I can't wreck my sleep pattern. So I'm actually really, really excited. I'm going to try and join in with that, and Wayne said he'll try and join in too. So I'm going to go now. We've got coffees, we've got drinks, we're going to get started. We're going to get some nice background on, so that we've got some background sounds. We like to listen to like either fireplaces or rain scenes, or if we're listening to something set in a forest, we might listen to something ambient like that. So, you know, we love to do that. I think he wants something deserty. Okay, so I'm going to go now. I'm going to get reading, and I'll give you an update on what I actually picked soon.
Got it?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Filming.
Fuck off.
Hi, so it's a few hours later now, and I just thought I'd check back in. I picked up Sword of Destiny by Andrei Sapkowski, and I read the first story in it, which was The Bounds of Reason. And I really, really enjoyed it. So I've literally only finished The Last Wish yesterday, and I've already picked up the second novel. I really struggled with The Last Wish the first time, so I'm glad that I reread it, because it's actually proven much easier to get back into it, and it's kind of nice to be in the world. The Last Wish was only 280 pages long, so I think it just felt like I wasn't quite done with the world, so it's okay to pick another one up straight away. And I really enjoyed that first story, which features dragons and some of my favourite characters in the Witcher series as well, so it was really, really nice to get back into. Now I'm not sure whether I want to read the second story, which isn't too long. I think it's about 60 pages, and carry on with that for a little bit longer, or whether I want to move on to a horror. But I think I'm going to alternate between those two books tonight, because that's more what I'm in the mood for, a bit of fantasy and some horror. And yeah, we're just going to carry on reading for a little bit longer and see where we're at. Wayne's almost caught up with where he got up to in City of Brass last time, so he'll actually start like getting more into the story and beyond where he was before. So I'm really excited about what, once he gets into it more, what he actually thinks about it, and I'll update you later with thoughts on other books. So This is the face of someone whose order has just been dispatched to store. Wayne got me Shadow Black, Soul, Bind and Charmcaster for our anniversary. He also got me Queenslayer and Crownbreaker, but so that the covers match as much as possible, he's ordered them in paperback, which means I'm waiting a little bit longer, but that's okay because I've still got another 3 books to read anyway before I can. But he ordered them to store, so I need to go and pick them up. And I've been desperately waiting for the email to come to tell me that they've been dispatched to the store and I can go and collect them, and I'm so excited. I think it's going to be probably Monday before I can collect them, which makes me really sad because I was like putting off choosing other books because I really wanted to read Shadow Black. But that's okay because that gives me a couple of days to finish the books that I'm currently reading, get those completely finished off, and then I can go to the store and pick up Shadow Black and I can start it straight away before I even go back to work. And that's terrible because I only read Spellslinger this month and Shadow Black is not on my TBR, and this new TBR out the window. What I said I was reading for every prompt, I think I've only read one thing for the prompt that I'm supposed to or something like that. I'm reading it all out of order. It's completely different to what I said, but to be honest, I'm enjoying a bit of mood reading and stuff. I've got a giant pile, I'll show you now. So yeah. So that is my giant TBR pile from the Newts. So technically that's the big giant pile of what I should be reading before I head back to work and before August is over, but I'm not bothered because Spellslinger was so good and I enjoyed it so much I gave it 5 stars. So I'm really excited to move on to Shadow Black and read the next one. If that comes in earlier, I'm going to read that. That was it. Just excited. Yay!
And that's the first time that's happened.
Who's your favourite character, babe?
Superman.
Go on, who's your favourite character in City of Us?
Nori.
Good morning. Okay, I'm finally a little bit more awake now. I've actually had coffee, tea, another nap. So that's massively helped. Not 10 naps, one other nap. It's 11:30, so it is still morning. I've just put dinner on to cook for later, and we've got basically like some budget grilled cheese essentially, just like, yeah, sandwich fins with a bit of cheese. So we just got something to eat and we're both starting to read now. So I'm still carrying on with James Herbert at the moment. I'm not too far into it, but there's been a big action chase scene and he's just met some other characters, so I think that's starting to calm down now and I'm going to get more into the story and things like that, so I'll update once I've read more. Hi again. I've just moved upstairs because I've just had a really nice lovely bath. Today I've just been feeling a bit headachy and a bit, I don't know, like I can't concentrate properly, so I decided to have a nice long bath to read a little bit in there and then try and wake myself up. It is the Magical All-Nighter for the Newt's Magical Readathon. So that started at 12 o'clock Hogwarts time, so my time. So I'm joining in with that and I've been reading 48 and I've just listened to a little bit of Sorcery of Thorns since then. So at this point I'm now about a third of the way through 48 and it's not as atmospheric as I wanted, not as atmospherically horror-ish or as spooky, but it's grim and quite dark. There's a lot of disgusting elements to it. The main character at this point now has met some other people who are also immune to the blood death disease that seems to have taken over, and they were being chased when I last updated by an organisation that is desperate to get their hands on their blood because they want to be saved from this slow death. The writing's not bad, but what I'm not liking is the main character is really horrible. He's awful, obnoxious, really arrogant. He's this American pilot who came over to fight during the war, and one of the people in the group of people who saved him is German, and he's just so racist. I do understand obviously the time that it was set, the idea of the Allied forces against the German forces and so on, but this German guy has saved his life at this point twice and he's still being so dickish about it, so nasty and mean, and it's just really grating on me and getting on me. So at this point I'm actually really rooting for him to die, which is terrible. I like the other ones, I want them to survive, but the main character, I would quite happily see him die. So I then switched to listening to Sorcery of Thorns again while I was in the bath. I'm chapter 11 of that, and we've now seen our main character meeting with Nathaniel, so Scrivener, meeting with Nathaniel. She is aware that there's some kind of conspiracy, something happening with the library, someone sabotaging them, and she's just become aware of some things around her, that she had her upbringing, because she was so sheltered within the library, she was quite naive and didn't know a lot of things about sorcerers and sorcerers' lives, so she's starting to learn some new things and that's starting to change her perspective. I'm not loving Sorcery of Thorns. I understand why people like it. It's quite simple to follow. I can see this adventuresome style. There's an alright pacing, but I don't find Nathaniel charming. I'm just finding him quite annoying. The writing is really serious and there's just a style to it that just doesn't appeal to me as much. It reminds me a lot of Northern Lights and Philip Pullman's writing, and I actually don't like that. I don't like Northern Lights at all, and the stories are reminding me a lot of that, and I think because it's got that style, that element, I'm just not enjoying it as much as I wish I could. But I'm going to carry on with it, at least definitely a little bit further, to see what happens. I'm reading that because I believe the Read Rate Review book club is going to be reading talking about that, and so I wanted to know, and everyone's been talking about it, so I was curious to learn more and get some ideas. So I'm gonna, as I read through, I'll try and solidify my thoughts, but at the moment it's not anything in particular that I don't like. It's not anything that's bad about the book, it's just a feeling. It's not appealing to me as much as I wish it was. So now I'm gonna go try and make myself feel a little bit better. So I'm gonna go put a face mask on, get some dinner, sit down with Wayne for a little bit and get some medication to hope this headache lifts, and then carry on reading. And I'm probably going to switch back to The Witcher soon because I've been enjoying that so much that I want to keep reading through. Okay, I hope the readathon's going well for everyone else so far.
It's so heavy. It's the hardest bit about this is constantly holding it up. It really is a pain. I'm constantly having to shuffle.
You've got Murky.
What? What about him?
I was looking for him.
Well, you can't have him. Mine. Murky's, babe, Murky's fucking not moving anywhere. He just said to me, Mama, Mama, which basically means, Nari, stay 2 chapters in a row. Why are you recording me?
I'm recording this so I can do a time lapse.
I can see it, I'm looking at it. Babe, this is literally turning into Game of Thrones. Like, there's an army of efforts coming, quick. All fucking Jin need to fucking rally together and stop them. Is that what's happening? It fucking is, isn't it? Oh my god, Pam, the Night King's coming. Fucking hell! Night King's Why is it looking at me? I'm terrified. I'm mad. Ah!
What?
That was mad.
What was mad?
How tense that chapter was, yet, like, a sword wasn't even slashed at all. Nobody died.
Tell me what you're up to.
Nobody died. They literally just walked into the throne room together, and they've met them, and he's been like welcomed, and they had the feast and everything, and they've had all the tense discussions of him and where he's come from, and you know, Ali was like staring through them and stuff like that.
Yeah. So what are you doing next?
I don't know. I'm wondering if it's because the sequel's called Kingdom of Copper.
Mm-hmm. Kingdom of Copper.
What did I say?
King of.
I meant Kingdom. I'm just slurring words. I'm tired. I'm wondering if that means the city gets raised, and there's some like magical illusion of barrier that turns into copper or something underground, or one of the other surrounding cities that nobody knows is there, or something crazy like that, because it'd suit the whole thing. It's all about illusions and stuff like that. So I'm wondering that, but I have no idea. I'm just speculating. That'd be cool though. I want the city to get raised now. I don't know why. I just want an epic fight or something. Look, I was doing it.
Yay.
I'm on page 300 now, basically dead on. So
you're taking a little break now?
yeah. I'm going to play. What time is it now? Almost 10. I'll probably play for at least an hour, maybe 2. And then I'll read at midnight for a couple of hours until I'm too tired.
Okay.
And if I really get into it, I'll probably read till like 5 a.m. or something. And then pass out. No, I might if I really get into it. And then
Why are you turning in the magical all-nighter?
And if my eyes aren't too tired, then why not? Let's go for it. Let's do it. It's a good book.
It is.
1 out of 5. Back up on the ship like some fucking monster demon for some reason with no explanation whatsoever. He's just got black eyes. What's going on?
So I'm going to end this weekend's vlog here. I'm sorry that it's been quite slow, mostly talking and things like that. I had to get used to vlogging, and it feels so weird remembering to like pick up a camera and update, and no, it's a little bit unnatural, so I think you've really got to get used to it. So hopefully it will just get better over time. At this point now, I've read no more of Sorcery of Thorns, so there's nothing to update you on there. I'm still just going through the audio, but I'm probably going to listen to a little bit more tomorrow morning now. And I've finished 48 by James Herbert, so I'll give like more in-depth thoughts when I do my wrap-up at the end of the month. But I didn't enjoy 48 like I wanted to. I wanted a really atmospheric, creepy, spooky horror. I really wanted to be scared, but instead there was so much action that it kind of bored me because there was no pacing in between. I really like some character development, and also the type of horror I like is more atmospheric and slow moving. So constant action where you're constantly in a chase scene. So it begins with an action scene in a hotel, and then it moves on to a car chase scene, and then it moves on to a scene where they're running away under a tunnel, and then it moves back to a car chase scene, and it just feels like it's just a little bit too much. There was no stop, there was no time to slow or gather your breath with it and really enjoy it. There were some really good elements, but just not enough for me to really thoroughly enjoy that. And then today I've been reading more of The Sword of Destiny, which is the second book in the stories for The Witcher. I've been really loving them, really enjoying them, much more than I thought I would. In the second book, I've been introduced to more characters that become apparent in the games and become important there. So I'm really glad about that, and I'm just going to keep making my way through that. So this weekend, when I've put it into the spreadsheet this weekend, I've read around 550 pages, which is fantastic and brilliant. And most importantly, Wayne has finished City of Brass and now has Kingdom of Copper ready to start reading next weekend. So yeah, so I'm gonna finish that off here and carry on with the rest of the evening because it's late now. So I'll see you next time I do a vlog. Bye.